Hey everybody, and welcome to today's BVSA talk show. Today's topic is, what advice would you give yourself as a player? I'll start off real quick.
Go ahead.
Because again, Virg said be quick. Try tennis.
That's a good point. Hitting is hard. Hitting is hard. What would you give your advice?
All right, so I'll go next. Just for me, because I know myself, just turn your brain off. And to explain that a little bit, sometimes I know myself as a player. When I was a little younger, I overanalyzed and thought too much about.
He still does that today.
But I've gotten better at it. I've gotten a lot better at it. But so just don't think too much. Trust yourself and have fun.
Have fun. I think have fun. Obviously, don't think too much.
People forget that.
People forget to have fun. Actually, this reminds me of Cameron Gregg and a couple other guys that, as they go through this recruiting process and all this other crap that we were talking about and how hard, that's why he made a joke about tennis, how hard hitting is we get caught up and it's become this job, right? And it's become this thing that you have to do because it's time to be scheduled instead of just escaping and having fun and then be free and loose and just letting it go. Having fun.
And this goes along with the having fun, and it wasn't, my deal wasn't overthinking. Wasn't that bright? My thing was being too hard on myself.
Yeah,
and
that's another
I see that in a lot of people, especially in my house. It's in our DNA, but it's a game of failure. Everybody always talks about it. You can go on, you get 3 hits out of 10 at bats, or Hall of Fame or whatever. That's at high levels, but the higher you play in the game, if you're a good ball player, the pyramid starts to get smaller and smaller, and your level of success changes. You're a young kid, you're used to hitting these crazy numbers and having all kinds of success, and as you start to get older, it starts to get tough. And I was tough on myself, and that was the worst thing. You're talking about analyzing the swing, analyzing pitches, being over analytical. I'm talking about just being so hard on yourself. I expected to hit some high crazy number forever. When it started to go away, it was tough, really tough to deal with. And I'll tell you what, which is kind of funny, obviously I'm older, ESPN was just starting out when I was a pro ball player, and I think it was probably one of the worst things for my career. I would go home and watch SportsCenter and watch, they show the highlights, they don't show a lot of lowlights. They do now, they show more and more of them now as a joke, but I'm seeing all these guys just hitting bombs and ripping shots all over the field and just great play after great play. And I'm hitting 260 in the minor leagues and just went 0 for 4 and I'm never going to make it. These guys are so good. So, back to the fun factor, I think for your case, for my case, for a lot of players out there, and as a coach, I try to instill it in so many of my players, and it's hard, is you got to have fun. It's a game. I tell all the younger kids that there's going to come a point in your life, whether it's you don't make high school or you do make high school, or you play college or you don't, or you play pro in minor leagues or professionally, it's going to be over one day, and you're not going to be able to put that uniform on and go out and play the game that you love. So when you're doing it, work your butt off and have fun with it, because if you're working hard at what you do and what you want to achieve, you've done everything you can do. So you can't be too disappointed. You can change the way you're working, but no matter how I would work, and this, again, different era, there were no 40,000 square foot places to come and practice, there were nowhere to go. I ran, that was my workout, and squeezed tennis balls and did push-ups. But you prepare for what you need to do, and then you go out and you have fun. When you're having fun, your muscles are relaxed and you can perform at a higher level. But how do you have fun if you're not doing well? It's a frame of mind, it's a plan, and just like you practice your swing and your throwing, you have to practice that mentality.
And I think that goes along with, trusting, like you said, trusting all the work you put in, trusting, the talks you've had with other players, coaches, and trusting what you know yourself as a player. And exactly, I think I'm hard on myself as well, and it comes in terms of me, I'm a perfectionist. I like to have great swings every time, but that's not realistic in the game of baseball. And for me, another advice I give myself and younger guys is knowing when, to kind of stop. When you've had a good day, you're starting to get a little tired. There is such thing as swinging too much, because you kind of get yourself out of the moment and out of that good feeling.
Tired, bad swings are not good swings to be repeating.
Yeah, you'd rather have a good day than, get frustrated at your last few swings, maybe because you're tired and you've taken hundreds of swings, and that's another thing I'm still working on now.
I think it's interesting that we're talking about having fun, and that's the message that especially you two, when we want to really give,
Yeah.
because you were so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that being hard on yourself definitely attributes to your success, and that's why you push yourself beyond your boundaries and finding that balance, which you do really, really well. And Taylor, I'm learning that about you too, is finding that balance between busting your butt and being hard on yourself and expecting yourself to put out there while still enjoying it at the same time. Because if you have one without the other, and you're screwing, we got the kid who's picking daisies screwing around, he's going to get overpassed real quick.
Yeah.
If you're not finding the balance of the two, it makes it really stressful.
One of the guys that played for us in Japan reminds me of you a little bit. Matt Franco, one of my favorite players, an awesome player. Was over there. Hi Matt, I haven't seen you in a while. You're probably not watching, I get it.
Hopefully you are.
But he was a thinker.
Yeah,
He was a very smart guy. He was an analytical left-handed hitter, could really swing it, but sometimes he would start to think too much. So that's our stupid little thing. Me as a coach, I would get a piece of gum before the game and said, "This is the guy might rip it in half. This is your athleticism. You keep that. I got your brain in my pocket. Now go ahead."
That's awesome.
And it worked on it was incredible.
Yeah.
But I mean, just that you got to
things
lock
like
out.
that too.
And part of your deal, and it happened to me too, but you focused on that part about you. When you're overthinking and you're standing in the batter's box and somebody's throwing a pitch at you, whatever
It's already hard to hit.
you're at, your brain can't process that thought that you're trying to go through about whatever you're doing mechanically with your swing and read and react to pitch traveling at a high speed.
Whole other talk show topic. Make sure we put that in for next week.
Yeah.
Studying the brain and the amount of time that it takes. What we have, less than a second from the pitch, from the release point to contact.
4/10. I don't know what it is at 100.
Yeah.
Keep an eye.
What is it? Oh, we're getting some signal links back here.
35.
35.
So 35th of 100.
Where's that voice coming from?
The deep within.
It's inside.
And with that being said too, some, the younger guys especially, I'd love for them to understand that once you get in the box, because I'm learning that too, you just play, you have fun. You can't be thinking about your swing, you gotta have fun with it. And a thing that I did, moving forward, coming back from injuries and stuff, when I stepped back from everything and said, wow, I'm still able to hit every day, I'm still able to, play on the field where a lot of people wish they could still play, like that really meant a lot to me, and it kind of changed my thinking to, just have fun, work hard, and, good things will happen.
And both issues, overthinking mechanically, over-expecting of yourself, putting pressure on yourself, tenses your muscles.
Yep.
Can't play that way.
Yep.
I mean, so many of these players now have psychiatrists and psychologists, and they practice breathing and doing all things to stay relaxed. Hitting's hard enough, can't hit tight. There's a great antidote that I have for playing too tight, and we're going to leave it for another episode.
So that's the end of today's BV Talk Show. Thank you so much. Hope you guys all had a great time, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys soon.